Hi, my name is Jeff with Climatronix. I founded Climatronix in 2009 based on an idea I came up with for cable management, and since then we've expanded that idea into a line of brackets and straps that we believe is the best way to manage cables. It's flexible, it can be used on rack systems, it can be wall mounted, it's reusable. In fact, the biggest value we think is that it saves you time and effort when you go back in after an original installation to do a modification, or you get down to the end of your installation and you all of a sudden you realize you have one wire that's not in the right place. You don't have to go back through, cut everything out, start over. It's just a quick, easy, snap the strap out, reroute, and then you're done. I'm going to walk you through the brackets. I'm just going to go through and basically introduce each bracket, and then we'll go and we'll look at some ways that they're used and some alternative brackets. I'll start with a 19-inch flat bracket, and it's just like the name indicates, it's flat and it's designed to use on a 19-inch wide rack. And you can see there's one on the front of this rack here. It's a little bit difficult to see, but you can also see that this is the standard width of the rack, and it's made to mount just like that, and then you can route your cables around it. So 19-inch flat bracket. Second bracket is the 2-inch standoff bracket. And what this is for is to allow you a little bit of flexibility in where you mount your cables. Sometimes your cabinet is right up against the wall, or your rack is right up against the wall, and if you mount the cable management brackets to the back, it's going to be actually making contact with the wall. So this system allows you to recess that in some and gives you a little bit of flexibility in there. And you'll notice with the standoff brackets that there is cable management available on the sides as well. So you can run cables down either side, front or back. And that's something to remember about these brackets as well. You can strap the cables to the front, you can strap them to the back. Whatever way best serves your purpose and allows you to route the cables in a way that is the most efficient. The next bracket is the 6-inch standoff bracket. Again, it is a bracket that allows you some flexibility with the depth of your cabinet and where your cables are mounted. Cabinet may be 30 inches deep. It's a deep cabinet. The components don't come all the way to the back of it, and you know, you have these wires that are coming around, and they get damaged and they get cluttered up, and you can't really access the equipment and service it efficiently with that type of installation. And so the 6-inch standoff bracket gives you some flexibility with the depth of where you have your cable management at. This is the 14-inch standoff bracket, and again it has the cable management, the notches that continue on the sides. And really what we designed this bracket for was for telecom racks. They're 2-post racks, and the equipment is center mounted on the rack. And what happens is you've got this equipment that's sticking off the back of the rack, but there's nothing back there to mount the wires to or to strap your cables to. So it's really just an accident waiting to happen. Cables get caught, they get pulled, they get ripped loose. And so to avoid that, what we've done is we brought the standoff bracket, the 14-inch. It brings the cable management out behind those components on the center mounted rack so that the cables can be brought out and laced down the back or laced down the side and secured so that they're not just only held in place by where they're connected to the components at. Next, we have a smaller set of brackets. This is the 6-inch stubby bracket, and this bracket is made to mount inside of a cabinet. It can mount on either side, and what this bracket does is it gives you the area in the middle of the cabinet. It leaves it open because you need that ventilation. It allows you access to the equipment, and so it gives you a lot of flexibility. It's small, it's very usable and flexible, and this will come in handy a lot. The next brackets are the 6-inch angle bracket and the 12-inch angle bracket, and these brackets are useful in a variety of different ways. One is they give you the same flexibility as the 6-inch stubby bracket by maintaining that open space in the back of the rack, but they also then allow you to take that wiring and push it to the sides so that your cable management is now running on the inside walls of your rack instead of down the center of the back. Depending on the depth of your rack, how you need it, you have a 6-inch and you have a 12-inch, so that gives you, if you put a 12-inch on both sides, that gives you 2 feet of cable mounting space. And so these are really really handy for keeping the cable out of the way, keeping the back of the cabinet accessible. This is a really neat bracket. This is the Magnalock bracket, and what we designed this one was for, because we worked with some professional entertainers who take their shows on the road, and they're always putting something together. It has to be temporary. Something gets left, something doesn't work right. This bracket mounts right to the side of the cabinet. You put your cable management wherever you need it. There's a 40-pound pull magnet on it inside of an aluminum tube, the 6061 aluminum. It uses our same notch system, and it's a directional magnet. You'll not get any interference in your cables. There'll be no problems with electromagnetic field or any kind of interruption or any problem with that type of condition. This is a great bracket. The other brackets that we have are this is called the Rackmate Toolkit actually, and what we developed this bracket for was to put into place in the rack when you're mounting an amp or a heavy piece of equipment. You can put that in temporarily while you bolt it in, the ears coming off the side of the equipment, bolt that into place, and then pull that out. But what we found was it was really useful in a lot of other ways. One is you can use it to mount a single piece of equipment anywhere you want. It's 16 gauge steel. It's a very substantial bracket. It has 3 screws in each side, and it's a tough bracket, and it'll be useful for multiple types of applications. Okay, I want to kind of give you a close-up view of the bracket and the strap, because obviously these are the key components, but they're designed to work together a certain way in a little more detail. This strap is specifically designed to fit into this notch. These notches are offset so that the strap is mounted diagonally. They're designed to be very easy to use. You place the strap right in front of the slot, you pull it, it locks into place. Okay, so if you look at this, we'll do it again. Your cable is going to run through here. You're going to pull it over the cable, and then you're just going to lock it into place. It actually makes a little click. So I'm going to pull it out, so if you need to change a cable, then you just pop it out, you move it around, and then you pop it right back in. So you're going to hold it like this. You're going to lay your strap on it, pull it into place. There's one. Your cable goes underneath it. Then you're going to pop that in, and you'll notice when you have them on the back that they'll lay over on each other. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to grab a couple more straps, and I just want to show you the pattern that develops when you know that they're installed correctly. Okay, so you've got the bracket. Okay, and there's this one in place, so I'm going to take, and I'm going to put this one on here as we just discussed. I'll pop it into place, and I'm going to take this one, pop it into place, and then I'm going to take another one, and I'm going to hold it just like we talked about, pop it into place, and then another one. Now, here's what you're going to see. First of all, those are very uniform when they're in place. If you look at the body of the strap, it's located in this notch perfectly. The notch is offset, the strap is offset, and if you look at the back, the straps, they lay down like fish scales, like shingles. That's how you know that they're locked into place. It's very uniform, it's very neat, and with the black straps, the cable management system just disappears. But if you need to free something up, you can pull it loose. You want to modify a cable, take a piece of equipment out, leave that portion of the strap in there. Then you put the cable back. All you've got to do is go back, pull, and they're back in place. Then they're back on the back. Oh, I'm off the camera there. They're back on the back. And they're laid down like shingles. Okay, when we were introducing the brackets, we talked about the standoff bracket and how they had the cable management continued around the edges. Well, this is the 6-inch standoff that we showed you, and now this is one that's mounted to the wall. So what I want to do is show you a little bit now that it's mounted. Because of the way the camera shows it, you don't see really the depth of it, but that's 6 inches from front to back. So that gives you quite a bit of room to move your cables back and forth depending on where you need them to be. And as we've been demonstrating, it's very, very easy to pop those in place just like that, and that's done. So if you needed to, say, move these cables up to the top here, just as we've showed you before, you lock that into place, put these cables where you want them, lock that down, and now those are up. Same thing, move again, lock that bracket into place, that strap into place, pull it across, lock it into place. Now you've moved all those cables. I'll go ahead and move this one as well. Put those in. You've moved them all. You've moved all these cables in just a couple of seconds and restrapped them. You didn't have to cut any cable ties. You didn't have to unroll any Velcro. All you did was pop it out, pop it back in. So let me just show you this one more time. We'll do it in reverse. We'll pull these out. We'll take it down here. We're going to put the strap into place. Pull it around the back. It's locked in. Pop this strap out. I'm going to put the strap in first on this one just to show you that different way of doing it. Pull it around. There you have it.